Hi, this is Jack Downs. Welcome to this brief video and screencast introduction to JOU 308, which is News Writing and Reporting. I'm hoping to do this and ask you to view it and to keep up with the first assignments in order to stay on track. It will be a jam-packed semester. I'm going to do a screencast and show you some documents and talk about what to do next class and what reading you should be doing and so on. But let me just say it first, that this class is too full. Literally. I mean, I had to allow at least 3 people beyond the maximum size because they were seniors who needed this class to graduate. And I'd also noticed that there are some people who signed up properly earlier, before the class filled, who are probably sophomores or maybe juniors who don't need this class now. If any of you are at all concerned about taking this class, think you might take it later, looking for a reason not to take it now, please consider dropping out because we are over our maximum size and this is a large class. So I can't force anybody to leave, but please consider that if you've been thinking about it anyway, or talk to me about it. Okay, on to the screencast and the documents and so on. Okay, here we are with the screencast. This is some of the stuff I would have showed you first day were not for the snow day. Hoping you can look at this on your own. First of all, this is our Moodle site, which we'll spend some time on every class. And the one thing you should do regularly, and I will do regularly, is look at the daily schedule. So let's take a look, shall we? The daily schedule is a real schedule, as opposed to the suggested schedule in the syllabus. This is the real schedule. So look at the daily schedule. And it says today would have been introduction to syllabus, and what was due this class, of course, was nothing. Read Harrer Chapter 3. Study carefully and reread. It's jam-packed with important information. I want you to do that. Sure, I will consider that maybe you have an extra class to do it, but I'm going to be jumping right into this stuff, so please do that reading. In other words, that means you need the textbook right away. So get the textbook right away. Don't have the textbook? Okay, well then get it soon, but in the meantime, I will leave on my door the first couple of readings, so pick up a handout from a copy of the beginning of the textbook. I'm only going to do this for this first time though, so after that, get the textbook yourself. So do some reading. Read Harrer Chapter 3. Also, Moodle welcome response. Yes, that's due next class. And there's a note there that's, and I'll go over that in a minute, and there's a note there that says, start thinking of story ideas. Always a good idea. Keep a little notepad, keep a slip of paper, use your phone, take memos, something. Always record story ideas. Keep your eyes open, look around. You need story ideas. Ideas for off-campus stories. More about that in a minute. So any story ideas you come up with now, and the act of coming up with story ideas is always useful. Any story ideas you come up now could be useful later. And then next class, the first class we'll be together, will be the On the Street. We'll talk about that and get that assignment going. Okay, so that was the schedule, and you can look down through more days if you want. And then we go back to the main page and look down. News forum is where I'll put announcements, attendance, you can find your attendance there. The full syllabus, which I will hold you to, but I'm not going to hand you out, is here. The syllabus summary. I'll send you a copy of this, but let's go over it now anyway, shall we? Here's what it looks like. It explains that my office is upstairs in Ward, and my office hours. Email me to let me know what things going on. It's the best way to reach me. David is our TA. You'll meet him in our first real class. These texts you need right now. Yes, you need inside reporting right away, and you need a style book right away too. Recent edition, hopefully the newest edition, or at least a recent one. Strongly suggested binder. Grammar guide. It's always good to have a grammar book around. I'm not going to be teaching from it, so I'm not going to ask you to use it or anything, but grades. Quizzes and other minor assignments are 40%. 5 major writing assignments are 50% of your grade, and their final is 10%. PR students need a C+ to meet the advanced writing requirement, graduation requirement, and so on. That's tough. I don't necessarily agree with it. What can I do? You have to get a C+ in this class. A lot of people can't get a C+, at least not on their first try. So for anyone to do well in this class, you have to commit to doing off-campus stories, throw yourself into it, realize this is a tough class, one of the toughest journalism classes, time-consuming, be organized, get going on story ideas right away, keep more than one story idea going at the same time, let things overlap. Non-stories, you lose points if they're late. like other regular assignments and so on. And I don't do makeups for quizzes. Attendance is important, and if you miss 7 classes, I will fail you. You get extra credit for good attendance. Participation will be tracked. Behavior, no texting. That's the biggest problem. No non-class computer use. Talk about that more later. Cheating is extremely important in this class. Plagiarism is in copyright violation, but especially plagiarism is sometimes a problem. You must do your own work. You cannot give me somebody else's work. You cannot take something from another publication without crediting it. Very important. Use the schedule that I just showed you. That's true. There will be current events quizzes beginning in probably about week 3. There'll be advance notice. It'll be from the Press Republican. We're based on Monday through Wednesday, Press Republican. I'll give the quizzes on Thursday. I'll show you more about reading those. But start to get organized to plan a way to get the newspaper, the local newspaper, for current events quizzes. Read the paper sooner would be better too. Extra credit. Beginning immediately, you may claim extra credit by finding significant style, spelling, or grammar errors in local news stories in the Press Republican. These must be submitted at the start of class. You should print it out and mark up the error. Bring it to me. If I agree it's an error that counts for extra credit, I will give you extra credit, like on a homework or a quiz. And then formatting errors in the website don't count. But you can submit to me online or in print copy. So you can get extra credit as many times as you want. Some people use this a lot. Read the paper regularly. Find errors. There are errors in there. Hey, I work there. I know that. More on the 5 major writing assignments. They cannot be college only, written for college audience. This is advanced warning about stuff. I'll go in more detail later. I just want you to know. I want to scare you a little bit. You have to do off-campus work. You're going to go to meetings off campus. You're going to go find stories off campus. This cannot be campus stories. Not written for a college audience. Written like a general community newspaper or other kind of community news organization. You'll lose 25 points at the top of a story if I think it's too college-oriented. You're going to be assigned beats. You have to do stories from a variety of beats. If you do them all on the same beat, if you did all sports stories, for instance, you would lose 25 points off stories. Depending on the type, you have to have the minimum number of sources, 2 or 3 sources. You'll be warned about this. Sources are real people you talk to. Failure to get a minimum number of real life sources will result in severe deduction, usually 25 points. If you hand one of these major writing assignments in late, it's brutal. You will lose 25 points off the top. If you're late by 2 classes, the maximum you can get on the story is 65 points. Story grading is tough. Plagiarism will not be tolerated. And finally, Jack Journalism Lounge. I'll show you that later. It's on Facebook. It's optional if you want to join. There's a link on Moodle. Speaking of Moodle, let's go back there and tell you there are local media links. You can learn more about there. Beats, more about Beats. Other class resources, including the Journalism Lounge I mentioned. Go over those later. Drop boxes for stories and such. Student forum. Yes, hey, you have an assignment in here. Go into the student forum, please. Do this right away. You'll see your welcome assignment. Go to the welcome assignment. It advises you to take a few minutes and review the Moodle site. Please do that. And then respond here with a reply, not an email to me. Tell me a little bit about yourself and the other classmates. In other words, this is to introduce yourself through this forum. So please do that. And you would see that the assignment telling you to do that, which I will email to you, is also here with other assignments in the assignments handout and folder. Assignments and handouts folder. The Moodle welcome assignment is right there. Lose assignments, want to find assignments, here they are. Just like a handout. And it explains just what I told you. Please do this by Thursday. I think you can do that by Thursday, right? Okay. And what else? Well, there's more stuff here, like an on-the-street assignment. But that's the only one that will be handed out for next class. So you have reading to do. Review on the schedule again, remember? On the schedule. You have reading to do, Harrow Chapter 3. Moodle welcome response, just showed you that. Start thinking of story ideas, yes. And perhaps review that syllabus summary that I was showing you earlier too. See you next class.